Welcome back again, my dear students. Today's lesson is about the conjunctions although and however. What do we mean by although and however? Simply, they mean but. They show contrasting ideas. They show that you expect something, but actually something different is happening. Okay? So here, although and however, they both have the same meaning, but they are different in syntax. How? Although comes at the beginning of the first sentence, but however comes at the beginning of the second sentence because they both are used to connect two sentences together. So they are used to connect two sentences and they show a contrast and they will connect two contrasting ideas. So it means within one sentence you will have two contrasting ideas as you think this is gonna happen, but something different happens, something different from what you expect. So here, however, or although expresses two contrasting ideas in one sentence, and they are used to connect two sentences together. But where can I put although and where can I put however? Although at the beginning of the sentence and it is not followed by comma. There is no comma here. But however is followed by comma. So here however should be followed by comma. I cannot write however without writing a comma. So let's see the examples together. Although he is very tall, he cannot reach the top shelf. You expect him to reach the top shelf, right? Because he is very tall. So you expect him to reach the top shelf. But actually, he cannot reach the top shelf. Why? This is a contrasting idea. It means that there is something happened different from what you expect. Although he is very tall, he cannot reach the top shelf. Or simply you can express it in other way. He is very tall, but he cannot reach the top shelf. So, although and however mean but. They have the same meaning, but when they are written in the sentence, it's a little bit difference between the place of although and however and the way of writing although and however. As you see here, although is not followed by comma, but here, however, followed by comma. So here the same sentence, he is very tall, full stop. However, he cannot reach the top shelf. So after however, I should write comma. Very good. And the other sentence, although it was raining, she went to the beach. So here, because it is raining or it was raining, so you expect that she will not go to the beach, but she went to the beach. So it happened something different from what you have expected to do. Right? So here, although it was raining, she went to the beach. You thought that she will not go to the beach because it was raining, but she went to the beach. And if I use however, I will write the first sentence as it is. It was raining, full stop. However, and after however, I put here, comma. Very good. So however, comma, she went to the beach. So look at the place of although and however. Although at the beginning of the sentence and however at the beginning of the second sentence. Although is not followed by comma, but however is followed by comma. Very good. So let's read something now. Let's see here. the examples of although. Although is used for introducing a statement that makes the main statement in a sentence seem. For examples, although it rained all day, we enjoyed the party very much. Of course, it is something or something happened is not what you have expected to happen. It rained, so you expect that you will not have or you will not enjoy or you will not have a nice time. No, it rained all the day, but we enjoyed the party very much. Although is not followed by comma. Example 2, he failed in the exam although he studied very hard. Although he studied very hard. Is it a must to write although at the beginning? No, I can put although at the beginning or in the middle, but actually the most important thing is just to put into consideration that although is not followed by comma. So although is not followed by comma. Although he studied very hard. Next example, they didn't go to the party although they were invited. So they were invited, so you expect them to go to the party, but they didn't go to the party, so we use although, just to express or to show something is not what you have expected to do. Something happened is not what you have expected to do. Again, let's read the examples. Although it rained all the day, we enjoyed the party very much. He failed in the exam, although he studied very hard. Because he studied very hard, so you expected him to pass the exam, but he failed. So here, I can choose or I can write although at the beginning of the sentence, the first sentence, or at the beginning of the second sentence. But the most important thing that although is not followed by comma. When you see here, however, it is the same meaning. It has the same meaning. Let's see the examples. He was feeling very ill. However, look at the comma. However, look at the comma, he went to school. He was feeling very ill, so you expected him not to go to school because he was very ill. So he couldn't go to school, but he went to school. So we use although, we can use although or however. We can either use although or however. But when I use although, I will use although without comma. But when I use however, I use however with comma. Some people disagree with this idea. However, it is never been proven right. So here again, comma. She is the best student in school. However, comma, she doesn't do homework on time. So here, the difference between however and although is what is the comma. They both have the same meaning. They both have the same meaning, although and however. But with although, I couldn't write comma, but with however, I should write comma. I should write comma. Let's see the exercise. And how can we use although and however in sentences together? Let's see them and see how can we answer or how can we change sentences or how to connect two sentences by using although and however. Of using the two adverbs in sentences. They are two adverbs or two conjunctions. And of course you have known that they have the same meaning, but they are different in syntax. So here, although and however expresses a contrasting idea. It shows a contrast and will connect two sentences together. It shows there is a contrast between these two sentences. So within one sentence, you have two contrasting ideas. it means that you think this is gonna happen, but it happens something else, something different from what you expect. Okay, so here, let's see number 8. Fawaz felt very cold. He didn't wear his jacket. So when you see Fawaz felt very cold, so you expect that he will wear his jacket, but he's not wearing, or he didn't wear his jacket. So we will use although or however. Why? Because something different has happened. It's not what you expect him to do. You expect him to wear his jacket, but he didn't wear his jacket. So we will use either although or however. You know that they have the same meaning. Both of these conjunctions or both of these adverbs have the same meaning. But although at the beginning, so we will say here, although Fawaz felt very cold, he didn't wear his jacket. Although Fawaz felt very cold, he didn't wear his jacket. So we connect the two sentences together with the adverb although. We put although at the beginning of the sentence, and then we put here comma at the end of the sentence. Although shouldn't be followed by comma. But if we use however, so we will say here, Fawaz felt very cold, full stop, however, and after however I should write comma. I should write comma. Again, just to make it clear, I should write comma. So after however, I should write comma. So this is the difference between although and however. However is followed by comma, and although is not followed by comma. Although comes at the beginning of the sentence, but however comes at the beginning of the sentence of the second one and is followed by comma. Okay, but they have the same meaning, and it shows or both of them show a contrasting idea in the sentence, right? So here Fawaz felt very cold. If I use although, I will say although Fawaz felt very cold, he didn't wear his jacket. If I use however, I will write the first sentence, and then at the beginning of the second sentence I will write however and put comma after however, right? So here Fawaz felt very cold, however he didn't wear his jacket. Or if I use although, I will write although Fawaz felt very cold, he didn't wear his jacket. His jacket. Very good. Okay. Number 2, Muhammad is very fat. He runs very fast. Muhammad is very fat, so you expect that he will not run very fast. But what really happened is something different from what you are expecting, right? So here Muhammad is very fat, he runs very fast, so it will be although, if I use however, I will say Muhammad is very fat, full stop, and then however, and after however I will put very good comma, however he runs very fast. He runs very fast. So here, if I want to use although in number 10, so how can I use although? Our football team played badly. They won the match. When my football team played badly, so I expected that they will not win or they wouldn't win the match, right? But they won the match. So here, if I write although, I will say although our football team played badly and comma they own the match. So here I make it one sentence. I make it one sentence and I connect these two sentences with although. Number 11, the car is very old. It's very powerful and fast. So if you see a very old car, so you will expect that it is not very powerful or fast. But when something is different happened, so you will see or you will use although or however. So we will say the car is very old. However, for example, the car is very old, full stop. However, and after however what? Very good, comma. However, it is powerful and blah blah. Okay, so here if you want to use although, you use although at the beginning of the two sentences, at the beginning of the first one, and it is not followed by comma. It is not followed by comma, but however is followed by comma. So now I think you know how can we use although and however, and how can we connect the two sentences with although and however. We can write although at the beginning of the sentence or between the two sentences, and we can write however again at the beginning or between sentences. But the most important thing is although is not followed by comma, but however is followed by comma. Again, however is followed by comma. This is the most important difference between although and however. So study your lessons very well, my dear students, and wait for the exercises coming after although and however. They will be interactive exercises just to make sure that you got the idea of using although and however. Thank you and goodbye.